that's what he's all about. He's just down here, just basically my basement dwelling market man. Hey everybody, Gitchagumi here from Gitchagumi Games, and we're back with another episode of SkyFactory 4. As you can see looking around, I've done a lot of work between episodes, and that's because I want to make a promise to you all. I want to promise that we'll be done with this first page of achievements before this series ends. And as you can see, we don't have a lot left to do. But as we've seen before, some of these achievements can be rather involved. Before we get into the specifics on what exactly we're going to do to finish those achievements up, let's go over what I did between episodes. So you can see over here, I have an Infernal Furnace. Now, this is pretty simple to make. You just make a block of Infernum Essence with just 9 Infernum, and then you got your normal furnace, and then 3 more Infernum Essence. And we just get this from mobs in the mob spawner. So I have tons of it, and there you go. Infernal Furnace. You can see there, 15% more efficient than a normal furnace. So it burns less fuel, is what that means. Takes less coal to do the same amount of work, essentially. You can see here it also takes full stacks of coal, full stacks of supplies, spits out full stacks. So while all these can do half a stack, which is great and all, this can do a full stack and uses less fuel to do it. The next thing I want to show you, if we go over here, you can see I got rid of my ladder. And I just got this random block just kind of sitting here. What's up with that? Well, you look at it, it says white elevator. Obviously doesn't look like a white elevator block, right? So I could show you a white elevator block. All it is this is the recipe that I used. I had an ender pearl and then white wool all around, okay? Ender pearls I got from the mob spawner. White wool, I'll show you where I got that from here in a second. But all we got to do to use this elevator, stand on it and hit shift. And oh my gosh, look at that. This guy, if you remember when I put the market down, it made that big flash. This guy just showed up down here when I put the market down. Han shot first. So he's just my little market guy, just hanging out. And if I right click on him, it'll open the market just like if I'm up there and I right click on the market. So that's what he's all about. He's just down here, just basically my basement dwelling market man is what I'm going to call him. You can see in here I've got some molten clay. I used that to make a cast that I could make my iron broadsword with. We got some tin in there. We got some iron. None of this is anything new. We've had those things for a while. The only thing I did is upgrade my iron broadsword. And I did that the same way I upgraded it to stone earlier. Now let's moving on to the farming side of things. I have this little plot of land here with 4 different crops, and this setup can be expanded in that direction and in that direction in order to accommodate more crops. You can see I just have, hope I didn't, okay. Got to be careful about trampling the dirt in these garden areas, but I just have a block of water in the middle, and then I'm not sure exactly how far out these blocks reach, but I do know they reach at least 2 blocks in each direction. So block of water in the middle, 2 blocks on each side gives me 24 of whatever resource, and that's plenty. I honestly, for this food stuff, I don't need any more than that. And it actually has given us so many potatoes. You can see that those potatoes are much better to eat than even the monster jerky or the acorns. So we have tons of potatoes. You know, I don't need any more potatoes than that. The wheat helped us out as well. As you can see over here, we actually did have some animals spawn while I was working on the other stuff. So I didn't really have to worry about making animal seeds. Now, full disclosure, I did grow the cows because for some reason the cows just wouldn't spawn no matter how long I waited. However, all the pigs and the sheep and the chickens you see just spawned in while I was working on other things, which is great. And check this thing out. This stone comma that I made, this thing is awesome. It's a Tinker's Construct tool and it's a harvesting tool. So I can use it on these crops over here. I'll show you. It'll harvest the crop and then it'll automatically, if I right click, harvest the crop and plant new seeds. And I can get luck on it. So you see I got 2 seeds out of that and it planted a new seed. So I can just go over here and harvest all the mature wheat, harvest all the mature beets just by right clicking. It'll just, you know, these beets are good for the market. The carrots are good for the market. There's some stuff that costs carrots. And then the potatoes are good for food. And I can just collect them all up. I guess some of them fall into the water, but you know, that's just the price you pay for having a nice garden like this. I could put a block down there, I suppose, and block the water from flowing down there. But you know, the other thing this comma is really good for is I can come in here, walk up to my sheep, right click on the sheep, and it'll just shear the sheep for me. So I don't even need to make iron shears or nothing. So this comma just makes it really nice, really easy to collect all my farming stuff that I've been working on between episodes. Now, check this thing out. I made a steel crate, and I'm not sure I needed to make it out of steel. I can show you the recipe for that. It was pretty easy, and you'll begin to see that I made a ton of iron between episodes. But we had this metal crate. Just made 6 iron plates. You do that by putting 2 iron ingots into a forge hammer. It turns out, I thought that this was gonna be able to hold more stuff than the wood crate. Turns out it doesn't. Holds the same amount of stuff. However, I added this onto it, and you can see this is really easy to make. It's just wood planks, 2 chests, and a wood pressure plate, which is just 2 wood planks. Real easy to make, and that doubles the capacity of a barrel. I could put this, I think, on the wooden barrels, I'm pretty sure, and it would double the capacity of those barrels. I didn't. I only put it on this cobblestone barrel because you can see it's just continues to grow with cobble. We now have 100 stacks of cobble, and I think it's going to let us put 128 stacks in there. So that's just so much cobble. We're never going to run out of cobble. Now, before we actually get started on knocking off a few of these achievements in this episode, we're going to set ourselves up for success in the future because I spent a ton of time collecting all the materials I needed for this episode, and I was very tempted to do the automation process between episodes, but I didn't because I wanted to show you how we would go about doing that. So the first thing I did was I collected enough iron to make an entire stack of hoppers. So right out the bat, that's 5 stacks of iron and then 1 stack of chests. Then I did the math and I found out we have an entire stack's worth of bonsai pots out here. So I made half a stack of regular chests, half a stack of trap chests. The reason I did that is because you can't put a regular chest, like a set of 2 regular chests, right next to another regular chest. You got to have at least a 1 block gap in it, but you can put a trap chest right next to a regular chest. And I'll show you what I mean by that here in a second. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to automate this whole process. Every tree in here will start to automatically be collected. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to break down this first set of 4. We're going to cut a hole in the floor. And then I'll set my inventory up here. I'm going to put a trap chest down. So you see how that, and then if I go over here and try to put another chest down, it won't let me. However, if I do a regular chest, it'll let me put it down right next to it. Then all I got to do is take these bonsai pots, these hoppers, put them next to each other, and I get a hopping bonsai pot. I grab 4 of those, and then I got to hold shift, because if I don't hold shift, it'll just open up the chest. Hold shift, it'll let me put it down right on top. Put the mulch back in, get my saplings set up here. Iron sapling goes there, dirt sapling goes there. I had a coal sapling and the acacia sapling. So watch this. These are going to grow. They're just going to grow up, and as soon as it hits 100%, boom, automatically gets collected, thrown down in the chest down here. And that's just, so we're going to have to come through and empty these chests out and redistribute it into the barrels. But now these trees are just getting automatically collected resources. So I don't have to come up here and run down the line and chop them all down. I just open these chests and pull what I need out. So I'm going to speed through this process now. And when I come back, we're going to have a fully automated bonsai garden. Okay, and we're back. Now we have all these bonsai trees automatically collecting resources. I got them all organized so that, over here, we probably have a couple resources that don't match, but for the most part, from now on, all the resources that go into all these chests are going to be from the same type of sapling, and I can just click right in there, and you can see I got a bunch of lapis lazuli, a couple petrified stuff from when I had it kind of organized a little funky, but all I got to do is come up here and open the chest, and it'll have the resources that I need. You can see I have just a bunch of filler plants right now. Obviously, normally I only have 4 of each, but I don't have enough saplings to fill out the rest of these pots. So right now I'm collecting a bunch of redstone and then a little extra iron. And of course I have all my odds and ends plants over here that are giving me my apples and my different types of woods and things like that. So like I said, I'm going to have to come in here and empty out the chest because it is going to get full of, stacks of materials, and then it'll stop collecting materials. But those are just going to keep collecting, much like the cobblestone barrel over there. They're just going to keep collecting and keep collecting and keep collecting, and I'm just going to have the resources that I need. I can probably even get rid of this dirt patch because I'm not going to need to grow saplings in order to collect resources quicker anymore because I'm getting resources. I'm getting all the resources that I could possibly ever desire. You can see over here I made some sugar cane. All I do with this, I walk up with my comma, right click, collect sugar cane, and I can use this to make sugar or, paper, things like that, which we may or may not get into in this series. This is the forge hammer that I made earlier that allowed me to make those steel plates, and this will come in handy as well for when we get into machining, if we are able to do that in the next episode or not. But like I said, I'm going to focus on finishing out these achievements, and what we're going to do is we're going to get up to this point today with our gold amber and our silver amber. The first thing we're going to do is just take care of these 2 items right here, the blue slime sapling and the green slime dirt, because in order to grow the blue slime sapling, we need to have green slime dirt or some version of slime dirt. And you can see I have over here 2 cauldrons full of milk. We're going to come over here. We're going to grab one of our lapis lazuli saplings, and we'll go over here and we'll grab our cactus that we bought from the market. One of these cauldrons, we'll throw the lapis lazuli in. There we go. We got our slime sapling. The next cauldron, we'll throw our cactus in. We got our slime dirt. Come over here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this guy up. So I'll put that bonsai pot down, put the slime dirt in it, and then now we got a slime sapling growing. And you see that this grows a lot slower than the saplings around it. That's because this green slime dirt is like tier 1 slime dirt. We'll go over here. You see we can get green slime dirt, blue slime dirt, purple slime dirt. You got all different kinds of slime dirt. How do we make blue slime dirt? Well, we need a bucket of milk, some light blue dye, and some dirt. Well, how do we get light blue dye? Lapis lazuli and bone meal. Well, we can just do that. Why don't we just do that real quick? Kawa bonsai. I love these achievement names. I've been slimed. See, over here is where that Kawa bonsai was in the farming. Age of farming. We're actually making pretty good progress in this age of farming, as you can see. I haven't been going over these achievements. We've been focusing on the main achievements for this series. So we got that done. I'm gonna go ahead and make that blue slime since it's pretty easy. I'll speed through it. And just like that, we have the next tier of slime dirt, and now that sapling is growing just about as fast as all the other saplings. And look at that, we got slimes. All right, so that takes care of these two achievements up here. Now we're gonna make some lead amber. How do we make lead amber? Let's find out. Okay, we need petrified resin, iron resin, sand resin, and lapis lazuli. Well, we have all that stuff. Just like that, we got lead amber. Now, you all know how we're gonna get the next achievement, right? This is the lead zeppelin. Nice. Obtain a lead sapling. So all we need to know for the lead sapling is what base sapling do we use? A dark oak sapling, we have plenty of those, and we just pour molten lead over a dark oak sapling. So let's go find ourselves a dark oak sapling. There's my dark oak sapling. So let's go down here to the smeltery. Now, this is a possibly dangerous operation here because the one downside of the smeltery is if things can be made into alloys, it'll automatically happen when they mix. You want to put the molten metal that you want to use on the bottom, and that way it'll come out of the faucet when you use the faucet. So we put the molten lead on the bottom, come over here to our table, throw down our dark oak sapling, open the faucet. Shazinga. We got ourselves a lead sapling. Let's go ahead and go plant this right away. There we go. And now we got lead just growing. Just growing. And you know what, actually, what we are going to do is we're going to do our standard procedure. Oh, that's the other thing I made. I made a bone crook. It's the same way you make all the other crooks. You just make it out of bones. It lasts longer than a stone crook or a wood crook. So that's why I made that. And remember, one sapling growth, use a crook, and you're going to get, look at that, 4 saplings. That's perfect. So now we can just go plant our 4 lead saplings right off the bat. We got 4 lead saplings. Now I need to figure out what we're gonna do. Let's just go ahead and make some more barrels, shall we? It's not like we're short on wood or anything. Okay, just like that, we got all the storage opened up that we could ever want. And you'll notice I'm just coming over here because we have this full oak thing. You know what, I'll just show you real quick how we can build this. So we put the pressure plate there, we put the chest there, outline it like that, boom, upgrade. And then all you do is you walk up to the barrel that you want to upgrade. You see it just shows how it's going to upgrade. You right click, and now it basically doubles see how it went from 4,100K, now it can hold 8.19K. And then we can just keep putting our wood in there. Now, moving on to the next the last two achievements for this episode, we're going to get some gold amber, we're going to get some silver amber. And as usual, we look up the recipe. All you do is search gold amber. We're going to need 4 iron resin, 2 lead resin, and 2 sand resin. So that's why we needed the lead. And then we need some yellow dandelion powder. Well, luckily, between episodes, I was able to get some yellow dandelion and plenty of dandelions in general. So all you do is you stick one of these dandelions. I'll just show you real quick. Grab one of those dandelions, put it in your crafting area. Boom, yellow dandelion powder. And those dandelions, they come from the grass out there, just like the red flowers did. So now we need 2 leads, 4 irons, and 2 sands. Open up our mobile crafting table, the gold amber, hit the little plus sign, and boom, we got gold amber. Then what we're gonna do, take a look at the silver amber recipe. Now the silver amber recipe is a little more involved. So we need petrified, we need lead, we need tin, and we also need light gray dye, which the light gray dye, because we're not gonna get iron berries, so the light gray dye is what we need to go with. And in order to make that light gray dye, what we're going to use, or the recipe that I used, is this pulverized coal and then 2 bone meals. So all I did was I took a piece of coal that I made from the coal resin and acorns. I stuck it on the grinding block over here. I ground it into pulverized coal. I put it in the crafting table with 2 bone meals, and out came 2 light gray dyes. So we're gonna grab that. We need, what was it? 2 tin resin, 4 petrified resin, and 2 lead resin. So you can see why we needed the lead amber first before we did this. And once again, we just go in here, we click the little plus sign, and boom, silver amber, just like that. We can go throw these in our smeltery, make ourselves, in the next episode, start working on these last achievements. All right, that's going to do it for this episode. Next episode is number 10. That's the last episode of this series. We're going to finish the entire first page. Yes, that's right. At the end of the next episode, we're going to have a diamond sapling. We're also going to finish these achievements up here. We're going to have our donut sapling. We're going to have our bacon sapling. We're going to make obsidian, and we're also going to make the resource hog. We'll get this whole page of achievements done at the end of the next episode. I hope you come back to finish up the series with me. Let me know in the comments below if you have any suggestions for what I should play next. It doesn't have to be Minecraft. I'm trying to decide what I want to do with this channel, so I'm going to be doing some experimentation, playing different games in this beginning phase of my channel, figuring out, what I want to do. If you want to see the journey and I take in this channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button, hit the bell so you don't miss any uploads. Give me a thumbs up if you like what I'm doing here, a thumbs down if you don't, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.